Start.
Mm.
Okay, good day, everyone. I hope you all are having a great day so far. So, the topic for our debate today is group study better than self study? And me and Kim will be in favor of self study, and Ayush and Keman will be in favor of um, group study. So, let's start the debate.
Good time.
Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today I'll be speaking in favor of why self study is better than group study. Okay, so my sir used to always say this thing: you can always force a horse to go to the water, but you can't force the horse to drink the water. So, so I think the similar thought goes with self study. Firstly, you get a lot of time for yourself when you self study. When you do things on your own, you save a lot of time because sometimes what is convenient for you might not be convenient for the other person, like when it comes to time also. Secondly, sometimes it also gives you a set of sense of satisfaction that you've done this on your own without the help of anyone or anything. uh, and yeah, I think self study is better than group study.
Okay. To whatever Teresa has said, I would like to add a few points. So, contrasting characteristics of self study as compared to group study would be that you can go at your own pace. You don't feel a urge to be at par with anyone else in the group with respect to understanding the matter, how long you take to understand the matter or sit with it. So, and also we can also take breaks whenever we want to. When we feel a little overwhelmed by the matter, we can just stop for however long we want, do something else and come back to it. Whereas if we are in a group study, we have to go and respect the time constraint of all the other members in the group. Secondly, I'd like to emphasize on the fact that we can solve and research our doubts as and when they come up. For example, if I have a doubt when I'm studying right now, I can just maybe go to ChatGPT, switch to YouTube, then switch back to Google, and I can, try to read and make myself understand where I'm lacking on my knowledge. But if I'm in a group, then I have to go with everyone else, and I might not, like, me taking the time to solve my doubt would like hinder the progress of the group maybe in some situations. So that could be a drawback in group study. Then I would also like to emphasize on learning methodology. It could be different for different people. Like some people might want to, like, read the matter like over and over again. Some might like to prefer to read it out loud in order to memorize it. So everyone has a different methodology, which might be a problem in group study. I would also like to emphasize on the fact that higher education emphasizes on self study because, again, it helps us to go more deeper into the matter as compared to in a group study. And lastly, I would like to emphasize on the fact that the study hours and the location of study can be of our preference when it is a self study. I can choose how many hours I want to do it or not do it, take certain amount of, I can decide the duration of the break, I can decide the location. I might want to just sleep on my bed and read a book. That's not possible in a group study. So the location and the time, like the duration of the study, is completely in my control when it is a self study as opposed to it being a group study. Yes, that is it.
Also, to add to that, also when we are in a group, we often are dependent on someone else to get answers or solutions. And I feel you can learn better when you do it on your own. So, yeah. And you don't have to depend on anyone to do things for you. Yeah.
Ayush?
You sir.
Yes. Okay, a group study is firstly a group means more people, and more people means more perspective and of different ideologies, different learnings. So first thing is like if somebody is good at numerical, somebody is good at theory, somebody is good at this and that. So when you are in a group, you can uh, tackle it very easily. And this is my first point, that you get fresh perspective in a group study. Second, you get you are like if there is somebody who is very weak and who is not able to study much, then you get into the flow, you get a peer pressure that your group is studying, that let me also study, and then you tend to make best use of the time. Third, the concept of tuitions or maybe school, even school, college, the amount of thing that they are amount of attributes that they're showing of a teamwork is like is an answer to like why group study is better, because you get many qualities like even in your future and your further life you have to work in a team, and like that is one of the greatest advantage of group studies, that you understand to learn about somebody else as well. And fourth thing I would like to say is whatever studies like whatever studies we have done in a group study, more than that, you make better memories. Like you will learn, maybe you forget whatever you have studied, but you never forget whatever you have learned together or spent time together. Like after the group study, you'll go, let us eat vada pav, let us do this, or you get a good type of memories when you do group study. And yeah, these are my some of the points. Over to Ayush.
Yes, very well said, Kemun. Adding few more points. Whenever you are in the group studies situation, like when some number of students come together and study, it sometimes happen then a single, like someone who understands the topic can explain it to the other members, and while doing so, you can also. I don't think it will waste your time. In fact, it once when you can teach someone the same topic in very easier way, you become even more the topics become more clearer to you, and you have a better understanding of that topic. Also, when you do group study, you don't really have too much of anxiety. When you study alone, you may feel like, oh, I have to study this, I have to study this, I might be miss this, is this important? Whereas in the case of a group study, you will everyone can discuss and realize what is important and what is not, and can easily focus on helping each other, and can instantly solve each other's doubts. Suppose if you studying on your own, and sometimes even ChatGPT cannot give you a proper solution as per you want, as per your need, and you need someone who understands the topic very well and can teach you. So I think in that part, group study is much better, and you can always divide the work as per the students liking. Maybe student is one member of the group is good at one particular topic from that subject, other can be good at some other topic, and you can divide the work and finish it much easier. And as Kiman mentioned, is always fun. And when I look back at my engineering journey, I remember all the fun we had while studying together and not while studying alone.
Rebuttal section. Any questions?
Okay, sometimes in a group, there can be a case where a person from your group is doing better than you, and that can cause hatred among the group members, right? So,
Mhm.
or sometimes, like, say you've helped someone and they do better than you, then that can be.
Yeah, that is. I think that is totally dependent on like people, like how they like in a group. It should be like it should be a group's win, and that's what teamwork is. And yeah, that's it. Ayush, do
Also
you have
to
to add?
yeah, also another way to look at this is like someone, if even though if someone is like not very studious and like don't really want to study, he will not able to study, he won't be able to study on his own, and will probably not perform well. But in case of a group scenario, he will be like, by looking at his peers, he can like get motivated to learn, and can help him to do better.
But as Teresa stated, all of those negative emotions involved in group study, instead of investing our energy into dealing with all that, wouldn't you all feel like putting that energy into self study and just focusing on ourselves wouldn't be better?
Sometimes you have people who always support you in your group. Sometimes it might not be the case. It can be very toxic. So in that case, people might want to isolate themselves and consider self study better than being in a group.
Mm, I think one of the like major issue here to address is okay. You all mentioned about toxicity in the group. Maybe the
Yeah.
group is not fine for you. You will realize that you need some other group or a better surroundings. And through group study and such interaction, only you come to realize that what is good for you and what is bad. So group study even helps you in that manner. And yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Earlier,
also
you all
to
mentioned that.
No,
go ahead.
Kim, just can Ayush add? Ayush, you were
Yeah.
saying something.
Aish.
uh, yes, about the toxicity part, like it can also help you to like be a better person in future when you are like working in a like maybe a corporate environment, and not that time not everyone will be like will support you. There will be always someone who like try to bring you down. It will better prepare you in that situation.
Yeah.
Yes, Kim.
Kim.
Yeah, earlier you all mentioned that making memories via group studying, like having a good time and stuff. But wouldn't that be like an issue if the group study is meant to be like for a upcoming exam where everyone needs to be serious, but then there's like a fun-loving person who makes it a little difficult for the whole group study to be a serious thing and actual progress being made. In that case, what would you all say?
Ayush, you want to go ahead?
No, you can
Also,
go
to
ahead.
add to that, say if we have like a project that which involves group study again, and the contribution of one person is like nothing, and there's just one person doing all the hard work involved, like he's typing the assignment, doing all the work, doing all the research, and then there's one guy who's like just around. So, yeah.
Okay, first question which first question was, can you just repeat the first question, which Kim said?
The lack of seriousness in a group.
Yeah.
Lack of seriousness level. Okay. One of the major thing which we, even many theories state, like having Pomodoro techniques and all, like 25-minute work and 5-minute rest. And many a times we, neglect rest, and rest and relaxation is very much important. So having such people in the group is also very needed, like for you to just relax and be in a better productive manner. So yeah, this is what I would say for the first question. And second question, by Teresa, was about undistributed work. And again, this is again a sense of, it can bring a sense of managing skills, and it can make you a good leader. Like you should understand who is better in what, who is better in this, and you can accordingly divide the work.
But Kemal,
But that is not,
sometimes like if
but
okay,
that is not a case when you do it alone. Like you don't understand even the how to manage people also. Yeah, Teresa, you were asking something.
like you said, you need a person to like change the environment when you're studying. But sometimes if like you have a test scene half an hour and there's a person just laughing around, you can't be in a group like that. No, you would want to just go away and do some self study.
Ayush, Ayush, can you answer?
It depends on the situation. Suppose if you are studying for any exam, then it's at the end the individual effort matters, and like this, you can study together, but your scores will be individually given to you. Like if the particular person is not serious, then he will be hurting himself or herself, and not the whole group. Actually, if the group can always like try to like focus and do their work, and like you like how will you get like one member can might be able to disturb you, but you will still be able to study. Like he will be only hurting himself.
Yes. Okay, I have one question to ask. Like Ayush has also mentioned this point, but if we have to take a, there's a pyramid called as, I don't know, learning pyramid, and the bottom part is like you are. It shows your learning spirit. Like you understand less while reading, then while listening, then while watching two videos. But the top part is when you teach somebody, and like you learn more when you teach somebody, and that is one of the greatest point which, supports teams group study rather than self study. So how do you have to, counter this?
You could teach yourself.
As in,
Like you just take a concept and try explaining it to yourself, and that's when you'll realize what gaps are there in your knowledge, and you could try to fill those up accordingly
but
as
then
you.
but then you'll get more perspective, right? When somebody asks you question, like there might be questions which you didn't even think of.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you self study also, like say you have a problem and you're solving it, sometimes you won't get the answer like at that particular time. But when you think on your own, like when you self in your thoughts, like in your sleep also, you just solve the problem. And it happens, right, quite often with us. And we are not always in a group, like, yeah.
But also it could be like really stressful when you are not getting the answer. You can of course like introspect and try to find the answer, but like if you are stuck on the same problem for a longer time, then a friend could bring a different perspective and help you to solve it even better. And even in some cases, even if you know the solution, it might be not like the optimal solution, and your friend can help you like to give a better solution.
But having a self study doesn't imply that you have no one else to assist you, right? You can still be studying by yourself and go to whoever you want help for accordingly, instead of just having a sitting like a group study setting wherein everyone's time schedules have to match and the location needs to be perfect. All of that, instead of taking a burden of so much, you can self study and accordingly get to people who you feel could help you with your doubts as and when they come up.
Okay, there are many aspects of studying. Like one of studying and growing, like one of which we are doing right now also. Like we are studying and growing into like communication skills. It would have not been possible without having like me doing it alone or Ayush doing it alone. And there's need for a group many a times. And this is one thing I would like to state. And regarding the location issues and all, like it could be still done online. And there are like, even if I have to look back into my past, like there has been many a times when we have like studied in the groups online itself by matching the time. And
Yeah.
do you all have any additional points to add or any question, or shall we go to the feedback part?
Done.
Ayush? Yeah, let's go to the feedback part. Yes, any feedbacks? Okay, let's start with Triza. Any feedback, Triza?
Um, I think I support a group study to some extent. Even me and Kim, sometimes we don't understand things in class. We sit and we
Yeah.
try understanding the theorem or whatever, and you actually understand better.
It's
And
good to
you,
initiate the.
yeah, yeah, you just start and then you can do self study and understand better. But when you sit in a group, like you get many like thoughts. I don't know, like
Yeah.
on the same topic.
Do you all have any feedback in like to each others, like what went wrong, what was good?
Yeah, your answer was good. I mean, everyone's answer was very good. I mean,
Today
like
like we were
overall.
uh, bit unserious, like we were not that serious right today, like maybe because of the previous topic which we took. But what y'all feel?
I think it was pretty good.
It was good,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think we were
Like
unserious, but like there was not too many questioning. I feel.
Maybe the topic
yeah,
didn't demand that much of seriousness.
yes. That's good otherwise, yes. That's
I mean, everyone had good points to say
yes, everyone had good points.
on both sides.
Yes. Any feedback, Kim?
No.
Okay, one feedback I have for myself is I was mentioning about the pyramid, and I said like I don't know what it is called. I should not have said that. Like if you, I don't know, I should have not even taken that name. I should have directly gone to explaining what the pyramid is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one feedback to all of us, like it's good to point out mistakes of others. Like just point out that that's how we are going to improve. So maybe from next time, like be aware of any mistake which all of us are doing. Yes, that's it. That's it. Do I sound so serious today? Okay, let's do a group discussion. Like, what do you all support more? I really feel group study. Even I support group study more because there's a great sense of memories. Like I remember we used to group study so much, and then we used to even fail in the exams. I wanted to start in the introduction. Like Ayush taught us so many things. We studied so many things together, and we used to always fail. Ayush used to pass in ITs, but then I avoided because it is going against us. Like it gives so much memories, and that is one of the things why I love group study very much. One thing you all could have asked about the like you he mentioned about time, like it was but very late. If somebody wants to wake up very early, then it is not possible for us to match something in that manner. You all could have asked maybe because we would have no points in that.
Also, you can stay like at night. Also, you can stay up longer, no? When you're
Yeah.
alone.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right.
Alone.
That point.
Okay, let's think from other perspective. Do you all have anything to add? Ayush team, let's think from other perspective. Yes, one. You will need more time.
No.
Riza, you would like to start?
I have only one point. I think when you're in a group, you're aware of deadlines, uh, what is coming up and the dates. Sometimes when you're alone, you might miss out on a few things, but when you're in a group, you're always updated on the latest topics and dates. Yeah, that's it.
That is such
To
a good.
add, yeah,
Yes, sorry.
to add to this, maybe there could be a better sharing of the study material, like some study material that you haven't come across, maybe like certain reference books. You could get to know them through the other members in the group study. So that could be. And lastly, people with maybe introverted personalities who are not comfortable with asking doubts in a classroom setup could be more comfortable in a group of people where they are well familiar with, to put out their doubts and get their doubts solved.
Ayush?
I don't have any points from the self-study part, but some disadvantages of group studying could be like it depends on the number of people in the group. Like as the number increases, it become more chaotic, and you mostly end up wasting more time than studying. And mostly in the situation when the exam is like next day or next week, and also in group study environment, you like sometimes become dependent on someone, and if that guy like at the last moment tries to ditch you, then it becomes a problem. I'm not blaming anyone.
Yes, yes. They did mention about that point, like
I did
dependent on.
mention about the
Yes,
dependent point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Uh, okay, one
Sometimes some
feedback
people like decide to study on their own.
at
yeah, which
last
is
moment.
usually the case as the exam is nearby, and then you feel like you're dependent for your doubts on these people.
Yes, yes. One feedback I really have is like you. If I think from your side, you all really had great more points than us. To be honest, like you all mentioned about pacing, like everybody will have different pace, everybody will have different methodologies. But when rebuttal section was there, you all were not. Like, you all did not stick to any of that. Which is like, Aish, what do you have to say about that? Did you also feel that? Like you all could have asked us in that manner, like what if somebody has a different way of learning, and in group study it might be a problem for him. Maybe I felt so, like you all could have been more
Then
firm
that
with the,
person would choose self study, no?
yes, yeah, I'm saying just as a feedback, I'm saying.
Uh,
Okay, to add to your points, like we have mentioned in a part that in a group study we split and we divide topics, and then we come together and we study. So when we split, it is against self study. He will study this, he will study this, he will study this. So self studying is also more important. That is one point which I think you all should have said. And second thing, you all could have just said maybe in the future there are some courses like PhD and all where which requires you to do your own project, your own work. That time group study does not really matter a much. But the first point I think is was a very strong point to say. Yeah, that's it. So this was a very good discussion and debate on the topic group study versus self study. Let's go on ChatGPT. Uh, just this meet might exhaust in 2 minutes. Okay, like we'll have to shift to other Gmeet link. Shall we do it right away, or shall we wait for it to exhaust?
I don't really have any like new points. It's like same point
Yeah,
remains.
we'll
Yeah,
try to finish
let's do
it
it
in
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a reminder.
uh, one
Uh,
point is better retention. Okay, when you study in a group, uh, sometimes there can be a case when you discuss it with your friend, you can understand it and it remains in your brain like for longer. Yeah, that's
that
my
is a
point.
good point. Kim?
Yeah, against group study, I would like to say that it helps us in understanding the topic but not really memorizing it. And just solely understanding the topic is not enough, maybe for an exam point of view. Like we need to sit with ourselves and memorize certain facts so that we're able to produce something to write for an exam. So in that perspective, maybe it is not enough.
Yeah, I don't really have any points.
Yeah, that's it.
We
That's
covered
it.
most of the points there.
Yes, yes. It
Yeah.
was really good. It was really good. Okay, it was fun
Yes.
having you all. And yes, thank you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you,
Also,
Friza. Thank you.
the Cayman, see the timing if you could shift it a little to 12 or something like that.
Y- Ash 12 is fine for you,
Ayush, are
right?
you fine with
12 is
like
I
fine.
think it is fine for me too. Okay, we'll
12.
do it 12 to 1
Yeah.
every day. Okay, so now we are meeting in on Monday.
Okay.
okay. Bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Take care.
Bye,
I
guys. Thank
stop
you.
the meet. Okay, stop the recording.
Bye.
Bye. Ayush.
Hey.
Hey.